Hi, I'm Pakera12 and this is another tutorial exclusively for you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I couldn't done it without you. Today we play with custom point clouds and we'll build this network here and hopefully we'll learn some good techniques. And first we start from a box. This is not a mesh, this is 6.2 million points that I built, and then we go into some other transformation, and yeah, we build this drop here. Okay, so let's jump in. So I leave this aside to guide me if I do something wrong. Here I have also another tutorial which I'll release it later today for YouTube. And yeah, let's start clean. So first what we need is the grid resolution for one side of the cube. So let's start with constant chop. Okay, and I'll chain a null after. I believe we don't need any computation in between, so we good like this. Here it will be resolution, and let's go with I don't know, 32 for now. And okay, I need a ramp top. Okay, and this would be 32. Okay, and 1. And I would like to see them nearest pixels, and I go here with 32 mono. Okay, now I have a ramp and I want to build 6 UV faces for my cube. So obviously I need here a fit. Okay, and this would be 32 by 32. Okay, and here it's fill and nearest pixels. Okay, and now let's split the screen a little bit. Okay, because I will bring in a 3D box, and we'll have that as a guide. Okay, so let's bring in a box. Okay, and I would like to put a material on this. Okay, and I'll go with constant. Okay, and let's take a movie file in here, and instead of banana here, let's get the box map diff. Okay, and this goes here. Okay, now I can see my cube. Okay, and I would make one more change here as I go in the box SOP, and I'll take box outside. Okay, now what I want to do is to put this aside here and have it as a reference. Okay, so I can go here and offset it a little bit like this, right? And here in the middle I'll have the one that I built here. Okay, so Let's also have a look on this texture, because I would like to build a texture and keep this order. Okay, so we'll start with the face uh, on X here, and this should go here in bottom middle in texture. So okay, let's build the X. For this I would recommend to have your eye very close to the x-axis on plus, since we do the plus side, and take a look on how we should spread the UV we need. So obviously we need something from 1 to -1 on horizontal, and on vertical we need something from -1 to 1, or we can take 0 to 1 and then offset in the end. We'll do that since colors minus there are black, and so it will be difficult for us. And yeah, let's take a reorder here. Okay, and now you see this first input, it's asking for the channel that we will use it as a horizontal ramp. So since we go from plus to minus, okay, we can have this texture flip on X, and we go with this one here. Okay, and now we need something for vertical, and we can have this by chaining a flip here, and let's see, bottom left. Okay, and you see now I have horizontal and vertical, and for each one I also have the flipped version. So I use a flip here also. Okay, okay, so this one will flip by Y. Okay, we good. And here we need another one from minus to +1, so we can go from 0 to 1. So we take this one here. Okay, now this texture should be RGB. So we take 32 RGB. Okay, and we have nothing on X, since we build this face here, so X will be 1. So we take, for the red channel we take 1, and for the green channel we take let's see, let's change, no, we good. So this is okay, like this. Now for the green channel we take input 1, this one here. Okay, and input 2, it will be for a blue channel. Okay, now yeah, we could go the other way around and change the inputs here, but yeah, so let's chain a null and let's see what we've done here. So the fastest way is to instance some points or some geometry on all those pixel coordinates. So let's grab a box for this. Okay, and we need a transform, and this would be 1 divided by the resolution of one face. So okay, like this, and let's use a geometry component. So here, okay, and now I use instancing and I use this texture here. I'm using experimental version, so it's much easier to instance out from a texture. So now you see we build the face for x positive, okay, and let's have the y now. Okay, so we go again with the reorder. Okay, so like this, and I would like to put my eye very close to y-axis, you know, to judge the UV I need, and this is from positive to minus, and here it's flipped, you know. But I also can go like this, and yeah, it's tricky. But hopefully in the end we'll check the reference with our box and we'll be able to correct anything very fast. So yeah, let's go by intuition, you know. So I'll prefer this. So this would go minus to plus on x, it's here, okay. And the second one goes plus to minus, so it will be this one. Okay, let's name this, it's x, and this one it's y, okay. And here we'll take, for the green, we'll take 1. For x, we'll take input 1 and input 2 for the blue. And this has to be 32 RGB, okay. And now I would like to see that one. I can change the wire here, so yeah, I'm good. The next one, it will be the Z. So I need a reorder. Okay, I rename it Z. And let's move. Actually, this is the default position for the camera, so it's easier to see. Now I need minus to plus, minus to plus. So it's like having default UV. Okay, so I'll take this one and this one, and the blue stays on 1, and here it's second input, and this should be 32 RGB. Okay, and let's see this one. Okay, now we have to build. So remember, we are not in the center right now. We build this in between 0, 1, and only in the end we offset to the center, since it's easier to see the colors. So we need one texture the same with what we have here, but minus 1 on x. So I can go like this. So I use math, okay, and here I say minus 1, and I mask everything but red channel. So let's see this one. Okay, it's good. Now let's make 2 more copies of this math and chain it like this. So for each face we have the opposite one. So the second one would be masked by green, and this one by blue. Okay, and now I would like to have all 6 of them. So let's put some colors to. Okay, I would like to have them all in one texture. So this right here, it's a very good example to go. Okay, so I need a layout. So let's go with a layout. Okay, and the resolution for my layout should be 32 multiplied by 3, and I copy this, and here it should be multiplied by 2. Okay, and resolution. Okay, we good. Now let's put all the texture in the right order. So we'll start with minus x, so this one, then minus y, this one, plus y, minus z, plus x, and plus z. And let's see here, I need grid and rows, and maybe 3 and 2 here. No, left to right. No, row. Oh, okay. Yeah, like this, and we good. Okay. And now we have our cube, and now we can offset this in a center with a matte. And since this one it's a RGB texture, so if I rearrange all the channels like this, so from 0 to 1 to minus 0.5 to 0.5, I'll get the cube in a center. And now the last check is to see if indeed we have two matching cubes as a material, right? So I'll make this black. Okay, I use for this geo the same material, so okay, now it's not good, you see. Now each instance get this material. Instead, what I want is to have something like original box. So then I'll do it a little bit different. So I use this texture right here to set the colors. So if I do it now, they might not have the same resolutions, so maybe I'll get something strange. Okay, yeah, you see, I get an error. But if I instead I go with I don't know, maybe I can set the resolution from here. Yeah, so I will use the same as my layout. Okay, and yeah, okay, so yeah, let's go crazy with this to see better. So now let's check. We already see some mistakes. So here I should have x plus. Okay, so let's check the order again. It's this one goes first this. Oh, okay, so here in the layout we need grid rows. Yeah, okay, and now we good here, and if we see the other side, you notice we need a the faces are flipped since we only offset them. Instead, I should use the face reoriented to on the other opposite direction. So we need to use a flip here. Okay, and in this one, let's see, we flip what axis. So you see this one, it's oriented from on z-axis is from minus to plus, and here we have the one which is inverted. So I go here, z-axis is the horizontal one, so the first one, in this case x, I should flip it. Okay, now if you see this is my center cube, I'm good here. So I'll do this for all the opposite faces, right? Okay, and I use them instead of the faces before. So this one, and let's see. Okay, so I have to replace this one here. Okay, now we good. And for the y-axis like this, we need to flip on x. Now we need to flip, yeah, on x, which we took them as first horizontal. So I don't see any. Okay, wait a second. Oh, here is plus. Okay. Okay, so I'm like this with no use of flip. So I need to change the vertical. So the vertical is second. Okay, I'm good. And now minus z, I'm also good. Okay, so yeah, something like that. Now we don't need to see the reference. Okay, so okay. Now, how can we play with this shape? This shape right here, it's made out of boxes, and the scale of each here, it's set in such a way to have a continuous wall. And if you want to see the grid, you can multiply here with 0.925, for example. So now you see the grid. And we have couple of boxes. Let's go higher. Let's use 256. And if we increase even more, okay, we can, sorry about that, we can have quite a lot. Also, to be more safe, you can use here not necessary geometry to instance. Instead, we can use let me show you some points, and we can have one point by doing this with add sop, and after I convert this point into particle per point, and now I can use it as an instance. And this geometry required point sprite material. Okay, so now each instance is a 1 point, which will be in the end 1 pixel. So in the time we zoom in, we might reach the gaps in between the pixels. So, but one advantage of doing this is we can get more points. So let's go with 1024. Okay, and yeah, this is our cube, and we have 60 fps. So now actually we have 6.2 million points here in this custom build point cloud. So let's clean a little bit here. Okay, I might suggest you to group this, since this part here take an input, take a ramp, a linear ramp as an input, and do the point cloud for us. So I can collapse this into a folder, and inside I only need to make little corrections here. So in this way the network, it will be much cleaner. So okay, okay, and now let's see what we can do to manipulate these points here, which are already a very nice spread, right? And one way of doing is let's imagine we want to noise them. So if we noise them, okay, and I take the second input also from the point positions, right? And here I go offset 0, and for the beginning I always set amplitude to 0, since it's something that I've learned doing real-time VGing. So when you get comfortable with your network, you can walk it live, and each change you make, you need to be careful to not ruin it. So by doing this, also here we need 32 RGB. By doing this, we can chain the new operator, and everything it's fine. And now if I easily increase the amplitude, okay, my cube gets very noisy. Okay, and now it's a little bit ugly, since I need to take off the monochrome, and yeah, you can have some different parameters. Let's make this okay, and you notice at some distance you will be tricked. There's a surface. Okay, let's make this move a little bit. So time, okay, seconds divided by 30. Okay, so yeah, the cube it's moving. Let's turn it off for the moment and think what else we can do. And I'll go very I'll go more detail into this in a next tutorial I'll release today, and it's about unit vector, and actually how can you make good use of little math by I don't know, normalize a vector, just like that. By normalize a vector, you form a sphere in all of the cases. So let's put a null here, okay, and let's collapse this and name it normalize, okay. And here inside we have the input and the output, and all we need to do is take a math chop here, okay, and this can give us the length of the vector. So you can either go with square add root as Pythagoras, or now we have this lovely feature, so we take length, okay. We need two more things. So right now it's taking something which is not mono, so we need one value. So okay, we go here for 32 mono, okay. And also we need to mask the alpha channel, since yeah, this is good. Now the alpha will bring some error, since it's taken by the formula, okay. And now we need to divide those pixels, actually the x, y, z coordinates, we divide them by this value, okay. And we go for composite, okay. And now we have a line, yeah, we need divide, okay. And here we take input 1, okay. Now we have something like yeah, a little part of a sphere. And why is that? That is because we normalize in some point where all the values were in between 0 and 1, and instead if we take this math here and use it before normalize, now we get a sphere, okay. So yeah, and the sphere is actually very nice mapped with the material, something which it's quite difficult to achieve other way. So okay, what else? Let's use here also the noise we have, okay. Now the sphere, it's like moving, okay, the surface of the sphere. It's a very nice way of doing some nice glitches, okay. And but here on the second input I would like to use one of my favorite component in Touchdesigner. So this is pixelate. So what if I said, okay, give me some noise values, but I'll take this as a coordinates, okay. And now let's go a little bit crazy, since we have a ton of points here, 6 millions, and now the resolution it's 1024, okay. And how many pixel should we take here if we go with 128 by 128, okay. We have some squares which are actually projected by the surface of the sphere. So, and now the what if we change a little bit the material? So, okay, we got the point, and let's use instead something else for color. So what can we do? Let's use a select here. Okay, and this is our points. Okay, and now I would also like to normalize this, since you get a color as a value of where the tip of the vector is. And so when you normalize colors, the tip of the vector will reach the sphere, and there you have a different colors. I would say the rainbow colors, you'll have it there. So yeah, let's use this normalize folder, which we already have. Okay, and going to annul, right? And one thing, we took some points which they are already on a sphere, so they are already normalized. Instead, I would like to put a null here right after the point cloud. Okay. Okay, so this is our cube, right? And I'll take those colors, those points, and now I have the colors. So let's use this for RGB. Okay, and now it's much better. Okay, let's make something to control the size of the squares inside. Maybe, I don't know, or yeah, I think I will leave it like this. It's not difficult to have this pixelate this number judged by a grid value, and then you divide your resolution by that number, and it goes here. But instead, I would like to go further with this sphere, okay, and make it much nicer. Okay, one thing that you can do is use a function here, and let's go with input 1 exponent. And if we play now, we see that we actually kind of displace the squares on a sphere surface. So yeah, on a higher values, you get something like reflections in a bubble. Okay, and yeah, this is a good add to the network. What else? So let's see now. The end shape, it's a sphere, so we can use a noise on those points which are already spheres and noise them again, and let's do that. So here we use a noise, and yeah, the both inputs. So in this case, we don't need to set the resolution. Again, we start from 0. Okay, and oh, sorry, 32 RGB. Okay, okay, and yeah, let's see. And now we noise the points which are already there, you know. And let's play with this and scale it a little bit. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we can have something like a drop, you know. Yeah, something like this. Okay. And on the colors, yeah, everything oriented on the axis keeps the color. And well, we want something like more diverse into colors. And let's, instead of using this as it is, we use a noise, and we only take the second input out of this texture. Okay. And we need to set the resolution for the noise. Okay, so it will be this for both, and here multiply by 3, and here multiply by 2. Okay. And let's see now. Okay, now we have some color right now. Okay. And if we increase this, let's say to 8 maybe, and now the colors are much nicer. So you can have whatever you want here. Okay. And yeah, let's see what time we have. Okay, I believe we can have a little bit more. And what I want to show you is something here in the normalize folder. So for this I would like one little good add here. It will be, you know, all the edges of the squares are straight, very clear, and I would like to have that I don't know, little messy there. So I can use here a blur. Okay. And yeah, just like that, you have a little mess. You can go crazy with this. And yeah. And now, anyway, I will not stay to necessarily recreate exactly something that you saw at the beginning, since that it would be the file I'll share with you. I would like to show you something else, and for that I would only take the perfect sphere. So anything else, okay, not the function, and the normalize is good, the noise here, okay, like this, right? We good. And remember, on the Fractus tutorial, I always encourage you to change things. Okay, the rule for, I don't know, the Pythagoras square add root. So what if I play with those little rules just to see what I get? Okay, so here, in order to play with that, instead of taking the easy length here, will take square, add, and a root. Okay, and you already see it, right? Now I have the sphere, so it's exactly like before, but if I don't root, I get this very, very nice, I don't know what it is, you know, but I love it. So you can use noise on this and anything else, and yeah, let's make this a little bit move. Okay, so abs time dot seconds divided by 20, and I'll get maybe a different seed, and yeah, it's very nice to play with. What else? Because we didn't change anything, we only missed to take the root. But if I take the root now and I go for the root also, then I got this shape here, and let me increase the period, I believe. Okay, let's take 16 and maybe a different ramp. Okay, okay, and this is nice, but I wonder how it will be if you turn it upside down, or not upside down, inside out. Okay, so let's put a level here, and now if we inverse, okay, let's see what we have. Okay, yeah, that's not just okay. Now you can play with you can play with this a lot. So now it's like forming I don't know, like a pillow sofa on the cube, and yeah, there are other combination then that can give you some nice objects. So yeah, you can go now with the length, or I don't know, divide, and yeah, sometimes you get crazy things, and all you need is to play with the settings. So yeah, and yeah, this was my my tutorial. I will leave the file attached, and I really hope you like it. And yeah, please comment below, and if you have any idea on some future tutorial, let me know. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.